24% of the geographic area. Almost 1/4 of the area is notified as forest, but all that is not well in this notified forest. Outside the forest also we have done some exercise and we calculated that almost 4.18 lakh hectares of area is under tree cover. And this is basically in the community lands, there are the institutional lands, there are along the river sides, roadsides, canal banks, and also scattered tree growths within the habitations. So a detailed study was carried out and we found out that it's almost 4.1 lakh hectares. So if we see this way, 24 lakh hectares is the notified forest area and 4.18. So 28 plus lakh hectares is under the tree cover or forest. So our task as per the national forest policy that every state should have minimum of 33% of the land area under tree cover. So our task is to take it from 28 or 26 to 33%. So that's how we worked out this strategy. Another important features of this Telangana forest is that we have about 2,939 plant species, 365 bird species, 103 mammals, and 28 reptile species. And we have got important endangered flora and fauna, including tiger, panther, gaur, four-horned antelope, blackbacks, and marsh crocodiles among the flora and fauna. And we have got in the fauna, teak is the major component, major species of this forest. Unfortunately, except for Hyderabad, in the other districts, it has been degraded to a large extent, commercially, illegally exploited to a large extent, leading to its depletion. Other species are primarily Atomentosa, Pterocarpus marsupium or Regisa, Dalbergia latifolia, Ardwikia, bamboo, and many other species. So this is, we carried out a detailed study on the inventory of the forest resources in the year 2000, between 2006 and 2008. And that time, we found out that in the 3 decades, between 70s and say first decade of the 21st century, we have lost, this combined state of Andhra Pradesh had lost 60 million cubic meters of timber or growing stock. That works out to 2 million cubic meters per annum. And if we apply to Telangana, it's coming to 1 million cubic meter of growing stock has been lost in the last 3 decades, and the trend continued in the 4th decade also. So that's the cause of concern. And this has led to creation of a position where there is imbalance. The species composition has undergone change. The quality of forest has totally undergone change. Now, say even the age class in any society, or that way say we take pride in our country being the young. We have got more of young population, young people in our country compared to many other states, many other countries in the world. When we talk the same, apply the same principle in terms of the forest state, in normal forest will be forest where all age classes are available in equal proportion, starting say 1-year-old tree to 100-year-old trees. If that kind of situation is there, then it is called a normal forest. But here, it has become totally abnormal forest. All the higher girth classes and aged trees, their proportion has come down drastically. So we are left with a large number of population in the very young class. So that is the cause of concern. And this is because of intense biotic interference. We say we have got one of the highest population density in the world as far as the human population is concerned. Same thing is true of the cattle head population. Because of these two things, we are going on exploiting unscientifically. And when say this forest, I can say, though I am heading the organization, but I admit very clearly because of various constraints, various reasons, I will not deliberate upon that thing. But we are not been in a position to manage them scientifically. The scientific removals have been much less compared to the unscientific or illegal removals. So that's the cause of concern. Ours is a state where large-scale encroachments have taken place into the forest. So we are losing not only qualitatively, but also in terms of quantity. Our forest area is shrinking, and this is a very, very challenging task. How to take care of it, how to control this menace of encroachments. So, you must have heard about the implement this one of the acts, recognition of the rights of scheduled tribes and forest dwellers, 2006. Under this act, large chunks of forest lands which were under the control or which have been occupied by the scheduled tribes, their rights have been recognized. It's as good as regularization of the encroachment. So the legal status continues to be forest, but they have got a right to stay in the forest and also cultivate in the forest. So that also is a quite huge extent in our state. And it is causing a lot of managerial problems because they are scattered. It's not a consolidated patchwork they are staying. They are scattered through all the forest blocks in the state. So that is another challenging task. So for tackling this thing, we came up with an idea, because once we have given the right to cultivate, they can go in for agriculture, they can go in for tree culture, it's up to them. They cannot be forced to do a particular thing. But state government, under this project, we thought of that, why not motivate them to go in for farming of trees. And then trees need not be forestry species. They could be horticulture, they could be put into sericulture or any other species. So if we can provide them alternatives, 4, 5, 6 models, that these are the various models by which they can carry on tree farming along with agriculture or floriculture, so that their incomes will be there. At the same time, the state government will be restoring the tree cover back. So that kind of package, so we have entered into a memorandum of understanding with the Horticulture University, and we have set up a research center which is going to be operationalized soon, and we plan to bring the people from all over the state, come and see that these are the opportunities available to you, and you can adopt any of these methodologies. We will also work out the economics of these various alternatives, so that all these lands, to the extent of forest rights lands, can be brought back under the tree cover. This is one of the solutions. Next. So this Haritha Haram has been launched, because another fact, disturbing fact which I will like to bring to the notice of all the this August body here, that though we accord highest reverence respect to the forest and wildlife and nature per se, there is a fundamental duty also. It is there in the Constitution. But fundamental duties are not enforceable, unlike fundamental rights. Anybody can go to the court. So all acts and rules are there, but because of various reasons, we can say, though almost 25% of the land area is under the administration of the forest departments throughout the country. But that much of share of the budget, this budgetary support is not there. And the thing is that it has been as low as less than 1% right from the first 5-year plan. As whether you talk in terms of the budgetary allocation of the government of India or any of the state governments, only 1 or 2 states like MP and Kerala might be giving slightly more than 1%. So this is a huge mismatch, because when you are going to, it's not simply protection. You are developing also, you are managing it scientifically, you need to provide inputs. So that was one of the problems, so that's why. But this government, and prior to formation of Telangana, the allocation to the forest and wildlife wing of the government was as low as 13 crores during the year 13-14. But the present Chief Minister, he has said that I will give you, I'll try to give you 500 crore rupees. And in the very first budget, he gave 350 crores. And this year, 300 crores under the state plan. But if we pull up the other sources, we are spending almost 800 crores rupees in the So we have got a big boost and support from the present regime, the Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Chandrasekhar Rao Garu. So kudos to him. And now that we have got at least political support, political will is there to bring back the old glory of the forest. We are working hard in that direction. So the various components of this Telangana Haritha Haram, it started with, say, Manu Uru Manu Pranalika. A program was launched last year so that every village, they meet, they discuss and prepare a plan for all the development activities, including planting program. So based on that, the collectors consolidated this program and then it was consolidated at state level. Because it was done in a short period, there might have been certain lacuna statistically. So that is being corrected. So this year we are preparing this plan again at the district level, including this by consolidation of the village level plans. So this is being done. And the various components, so there are two streams we can say of this Telangana Haritha. One is inside the forest. So inside the forest, there are certain pockets which are still having dense forest, where probably only protection is more than enough. But there are large sections of degraded forest. There are large sections of encroachments. So these need to be tackled, and there you need more of investment. So I talk about these two things, what we are going to do. The major thrust outside the forest will be on to bring as much area which is available for planting under the fold of this program, so that they can be taken off planting in a phased manner. So what are the types of lands available and what are the types of plantations? One is called linear plantations or heavily plantations. It could be along the roadsides, it could be on the margins of the railway tracks, it could be along the canal banks. So these are three types of plantations which we call linear plantations, but there is a need to identify. When say suppose we are talking of roadside plantations, the national highways are out of picture because National Highway Authority of India has been mandated to take up the plantations along the highways. So they are taking up. So we are not talking about that. But then we are left with the state highways, district highways, and then Panchayati Raj roads, which are going to each and every small village. So there is need to identify on the ground, so what are the stretches available where plantation can be taken up. There are problems in this also. We have been taking up this kind of activity for last at least 3 decades. So certain patches of the road stretches are already covered with every plantation. So only those stretches which are not covered with the every plantations need to be identified. The second important thing is that people have encroached even the road margins. So many on the paper, road stretches are available, but not on the ground. So we may have to persuade the people who encroach the road margins that they should give up cultivation in that area and make that piece of land available to the forest department so that we can take up avenue plantation in next 2, 3, maximum 4 years. So that is about the avenue plantation. There are not many problems about the railway lines and the canal banks, but there is need for identification of the lines from this village to this village of this identifiable place to another place, and what is the width available so that we can take a decision whether single row plantation will come up here or multiple row plantation can be taken up. So all the technical inputs will be given by the forest department. So that's not a problem. Now second is the institutional plantations. We have got large number of government institutions. Again, their problem of only the protection. Some of the institutions don't have any kind of compound wall, not every fence. So first priority we are giving to those institutions which have got a compound wall, which have got a provision of watering. Either open well is there or bore well is there, so that watering can be taken up. Otherwise, you do planting in the essence of provision for watering, all plants will die. Or you will have to import water from somewhere else. So that will add to the cost. So this is the second. And there are a number of private organizations, institutions also. So they also need to be your role comes into that. If you are adopting a particular village, kindly identify what is the stretch length of the road which need to be forested, what are the institutional lands, what are the community lands, what are the barren hills in that village, or what are the tank foreshores, what are the stream banks, and last but not the least, we have to motivate each and every household to take up planting of his or her choice. It may be by and large the fruit bearing seedlings, so that they can plant in their home states. So this is the concept of planting outside the RF, which is not in the, so this will lead to increase in the tree cover. This what is beyond 24%, taking it to 33%. Then inside the RF, this is again, it may be of academic interest only to you, but this is what it is. Say, as I told you, there are large chunks of degraded forest. So our focus will be only on the improvement of the degraded forest. Next. And say, I'll just, in the statistics, I will come to these are the achievements. So inside the degraded forest, so we have to improve. So there are two things. Wherever large grants are available, large grants, we have also defined that it should be at least 15 to 20 hectares. There will take up to block plantations. They could be taken up under semi-mechanical method or by labor-intensive method. So that those areas are reclosed in a period of 4 to 5 years. Then there are large chunks of degraded forest where some scattered tree growth is available. And these are the forests which have been repeatedly hacked for smuggling of timber, coals, firewood, or even collection of NTFP, they have set fire. All these things they have been conducted very badly to all these aquatic enterprises. So these need to be tackled in a special way, and that is what we are. Fortunately, some of these pockets have got proper regeneration. So, but they are congested. A lot of weeds are also there, which are interfering with the approach. So we need to identify the established regeneration and give support by way of removing the weeds in a radius of 1 meter and do some soil working. Then there are some species like teak, high stumps are there. When smugglers fell the trees, they are not doing it scientifically. So they will be living stubs or stumps which we call, varying in height from say 30 centimeters to 1.5 meters. And these are capable of destroying the copper shoots. So if the copper shoots start growing from a height of 1.5 meter, it's of no use. So they need to be dressed so that they are cut back to the ground level, and then we promote copper shoots and singling with them. So this is the second operation. Then third is we do a lot of soil and moisture conservation also, so that moisture regime improves, and with the improvement of moisture regime, vegetation also improves. So we take up on watershed basis, principles of watershed. We start taking from the ridge to gully and take up formation of rock fill dams, check dams, percolation ponds, and stagger trenches. And to provide overall protection to the forest block, we go for digging of peripheral trenches using machines. The rest of the work will be done by involving the people only, so that people also feel that this particular land belongs to them, their involvement is there, their participation is there, then only they will feel the ownership of the resource available to them. We have got the institution of one Samrakshan committees. Somehow or the other, it has become slightly inactive or in operation in many places. So these institutions can be revived. So they are also you can play a major role, because it's again motivating the people that the task cannot be done by the department alone. So all the NGOs, all the NRIs, you can come forward, and these missing links where department is now strong, you can provide the strength. You can fill in the gap and bridge this gap, so that people are fully involved in protection and development of the forest. So this is the major thrust of how to deal with the programs, the two major programs outside the forest and inside the. And as informed by the secretary, we had worked out that if we want to do it in a period of 3 years, initially the Honorable CM wanted that this entire program should be completed in a period of 3 years. So we worked out the numbers. So that it was found out that if you want to increase it from 24 to 33%, taking into account what all is available, 230 crore seedlings need to be planted. And out of which Forest Department will be either planting or developing 100 crore seedlings inside the area and this 130 crores outside the area. Out of which 10 crores within the limits of the DHMC and HMDA. So that leaves 120 crores for the rest of the state. So it was worked out village-wise. Village-wise it comes to almost 33,000 or rounded up to 40,000 seedlings in every village every year for 3 years. It was also worked out constituency-wise, legislative assembly constituency. So it also 40 lakh seedlings per year. Unfortunately, because of deficiency of rainfall, we could not achieve this target of planting 40 crore seedlings. But we have planted 15 crore seedlings, which is by all means no mean achievement. Because in the combined state of Andhra Pradesh also, we have never planted more than 5 crore seedlings. So in compared to 23 districts, if we could plant 15 crore seedlings, despite the deficiency of rainfall, it's a big achievement. So there is no need to be disappointed about it. My only submission is that now we are left with almost 25 crore seedlings. So we have raised it 40 crore seedlings in the state. And all of them are there, 15 crore seedlings, so 25 crore seedlings are available. In addition to it, we are planting, we are raising another 40 crore seedlings. So we will be having a good stock of almost 60 crore plus seedlings for planting the next year. So planting material wise, we are very, very comfortable. The only thing is we need to identify the places for plantations for which district level plans are being prepared and it will be ready by 20th of this month. So you can interact with the collectors also during your meetings. We'll provide you this data once it comes to us. Then you can think of, you can devise your strategies where you want to get associated with a village or with a bundle or which component of the Haritha, that kind of thing. So its scope is immense. So that's it. Then of course these are the photographs of the few of the plantations which have been raised. That's quite hard, kind of harsh conditions. You know, the Mehboob Nagar, because most of the NRIs are hailing from Mehboob Nagar, and I also worked in Mehboob Nagar for 1 year. But that was long, long ago. The conditions, situation continues to be like that only, because climatic conditions are becoming from good to bad and bad to worse, not improving. And that's why the CM also has been emphasizing on the need for bringing the greenery back to the forest. And there is direct connection of greenery with the rainfall and all other climatic conditions. So that's it. This is Avenue Plantation, Rajiv Radari Merit District. Next. This is peripheral trench. And we have planted a lot of seedlings along the trench. So this is mound is also getting stabilized. Now CM Garu keeps on telling, you might have heard, he has said that we should go and for planting of Gacha Kaya. The next slide is there. So it becomes a thick, live, impenetrable barrier. So even the dogs and the wild boars, they can't penetrate. So effective protection will be awarded to the forest. So this is a strategy that you going for big cattle-proof trench of 2 meter by 2 meter height all around the block. So it serves two purposes. First is the boundary of the forest block is pakka demarcated on the ground and it affords an effective barrier against the cattle coming from outside and going to the forest, and likewise it because many of the wildlife, not if not all, and wild animals not coming out. Because we are also having the problem of the wild goats coming into the agricultural crops and damaging the crops, monkeys coming out and damaging the orchards, and some instances of tiger coming out, panther coming out, and you must have seen in the last week a tiger came out and a panther came out in Islamabad, and there was a tiger attack in Adilabad where a person was injured, no casualty. But these incidents are going to increase day by day because of depletion of the resources in healthy parts. Their feed also is being taken away in. So our CM now keeps on telling that we have disturbed them, we have destroyed their houses. That is habitat, that's why they are coming out. If we bring it back to the normal state, is that a lot of greenery is there inside the forest, a lot of fruits are available, their feed is available, then there is no need for animals to come out. But this depletion, degradation has been going on for last, if not more, 6 decades. So bringing it back, restoring is not a job which can be done overnight. So we have to make consistent efforts, and with that only it can be. So I can only say that we have made it bringing in the right direction, and I request you earnestly to contribute your might to this effort. Thank you.